Gaul-Din, come here for a moment. Sit beside me. I wanna show you something. Do you recognize him? Look closely. The young soldier standing in that photograph, the one who thought he was walking alone, the one who believed nobody saw the weight he carried. I remember him. I remember Fort Leonard Wood. I remember the fresh uniform. I remember the determination in your eyes. I remember the questions you never spoke aloud. You stood so tall, so focused, so ready, yet you had no idea what life would place before you. You had no idea what storms would come. You had no idea how strong you truly were. But I knew. I watched the roads before you walked them. I watched the battles before you fought them. I watched the lessons before you learned them. And I remained on deck. And I watched every mile, every tear, every battle, every year. Counted 44 years. I counted every heartbeat. You thought you were carrying the weight alone, but I was standing beside you, watching, waiting, protecting. I remember September of 1982. I remember the day everything changed. I remember the moment you were told what appeared to be the truth. I remember the silence. I remember the coldness that came over you. Not fear, not hesitation, a cold certainty, a resolve that settled deep within your spirit. I remember looking at you and knowing if the situation had been what you believed it was. You were ready to act, you were ready to stand on principle. You were ready to do what others were afraid to even discuss. And I prayed to the Most High that another answer would appear. I prayed that wisdom would arrive before consequences. I prayed that clarity would reveal itself before that moment moved any further. Because Gaul-Din, once you believed you had been told the truth, you were ready to strike. And I knew it, the ancestors knew it, the Most High knew it. And by the grace of the Most High, the truth emerged. It was a computer glitch, a mistake, an error. The storm that had gathered so quickly began to fade. The coldness left, the danger passed. And once again, your path continued forward. And I watched every mile, every tear, every battle, every year. You counted 44 years. I counted every heartbeat. You thought you were carrying the weight alone, but I was standing beside you, watching, waiting, protecting. I remember the nights nobody called, the nights nobody checked on you, the nights pain sat beside your bed. I remember the sacrifices, I remember the disappointments. I remember the times you protected others while carrying your own burdens. I remember every silent victory. I remember every silent wound. I remember them all. When danger moved closer, I moved closer. When confusion arrived, I whispered patience. When loss broke your heart, I stood watch. When victory finally came, I stepped back and smiled. Because some victories belong to the warrior, not the one standing guard. Look at him, Gaul-Din. Look at that young soldier. Look at the strength in his eyes. Look at the courage he carried before he even knew his story. He had no idea he would become a father, a grandfather, a teacher, a storyteller, a protector, a keeper of memories, a guardian of legacy. He had no idea, but I knew. And I watched every mile, every tear, every battle, every year. You counted 44 years. I counted every heart, every lesson, every victory, every prayer, every sunrise, every time the Most High carried you through another storm. You thought you were walking through life alone, but I never left my post. Not for one season, not for one storm. look at this photograph, do not just see the soldier. See the journey, see the sacrifices, see the lessons, see the victories, see the man he became. Because when I look at him, I do not see 44 years. I see a mission fulfilled. I see a life that mattered. I see a heartbeat that never quit. I see a warrior who was willing when others hesitated. I see a man who stood when others ran. And I see a life that the Most High was not finished with. And Gaul-Din, I am still here, still watching, still smiling, still standing watch from Fort Leonard Wood to this very moment. And until the Most High says otherwise, I will remain on deck, love, the dreamer. Heartbeat, Legacy Media.